we go. Thank you.
Better.
You can't tell me the deck is stacked. You can't whisper behind my back. You can't show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire and come out alive, and there's no more fear in my eyes. Oh, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie them to the ground. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at and turn it back around. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. All the blood, sweat, and sacrifice.
Hey, howdy, hey. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait for some people to get on here. Do. And if anybody does want a reading this evening, make sure you head over to the StreamYard place on Facebook and allow them to post your comments, please. Because otherwise I cannot see you. Hi, Lisa. Because otherwise I cannot see your comments. Hello, Ashley. It's been forever, and I'm very, very sorry that it's been forever. But how has everybody been? How has everybody been? I'm just going to cleanse my decks here. Well, make sure you hit the share button. And I want to see a lot of hearts, a lot of likes. I want to see all of that stuff happening. I want as much interaction as possible. Hello, Melissa. I know you're in a mood, Lisa. When aren't you in a mood? I love you. Like, when aren't you in a mood? But I've had some fun stuff happen. Make sure you send stars, send stars, send stars. Hit the like button, share button, follow button. Share this out with your friends and family. Let them know I'm on. It is the Leo in you. It is. It definitely is. But that's okay. Your ducks are definitely not in a row. It's okay. It's all right. Sometimes our duckies get lost. I'm just doing a quick cleanse here. I feel like tonight I'm going to just stick with Oracle and maybe do some pendulum stuff. Hello, Shannon. Hello to everybody. So, just before I even get into everything here, okay, I do want to let everybody know that tomorrow, stay tuned tomorrow at, well, about 30 minutes prior to this, I will be doing the coffee and tea show with Asen Knight. So stick around tomorrow or check us out tomorrow, and you will see us doing our thing tomorrow. Hello, Emily. How are you, my dear? And also keep a lookout for this Friday evening at midnight. Jason Rule was the Esoteric Book Club. If you have not checked his page out, please do so after tonight's show. He has an amazing, awesome, entertaining podcast about all things strange and unusual. And I did an interview with him this past weekend, and that episode is going to be released this weekend. And if you want to get in on the extended interview, which is about an hour and a half long, head over to his Patreon page. It's like $1 to get in at the base level. Subscribe to his Patreon. You know, he appreciates all of the shout outs, and he appreciates all of those followers. So there's that. Also tonight, if anybody wants to send me a tip as a way of saying thank you for the time and energy that I spend tonight, whether you receive a reading or not, the Cash App is put in the comments in the front there. Hello, Mariah. How are you? How are you? How are you? I want to get a good crowd in here tonight. As I said previously, send stars, hit the like button, hit as many hearts as humanly possible. I want to see as much interaction as possible. That boosts me up and gets me seen a lot more. But welcome to the Pendulum's Path, everybody. My name is Natalie McVicker. I am a psychic medium. If you want to book a reading with me, you will have to head to my website at www.thependulumspath.com and click on the services there. And you will find all of the options there. Hello, Miss Maven. How are you? It's lovely to see you in the audience. Hello, Justin Ross. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if anybody wants a reading tonight, I would like you all to put #Oracle if you can. #Oracle. And thank you to my back of house for putting all of my linky links in there. I appreciate you, sir. Look at that. It's like magic. All of a sudden, all of this information appears in the comments section. It's amazing. Let's go for Shannon Swan. Immediately I hear the words, do not be so afraid of the future. So I don't know if you're currently having anxiety about your future, but I do feel like that you have a spirit guide that is stepping forward, telling you to not have so much fear about the future, and not to walk so apprehensively with the choices that you have been making recently. Stop overthinking things so much. But let me see what the oracle cards have to say. Card of Regeneration comes out, and the card of Come to the Edge. Okay, so I do want to say that this card of regeneration, oh, thank you so much, Hannah. That's nice of you to say. So this card of regeneration, I do feel like that you are coming into a sense of regrowth again. I feel like that life has kind of beaten you down in the past few years, and it is hard to trust moving forward when we've gone through a really, really rocky past. But I do feel like that you were coming into a sense of regeneration, or kind of rising from the ashes, kind of like the phoenix. And I do, Spirit is telling you to come to the edge and trust that this journey, this new start, is absolutely going to be good for you. And I do feel like that this new journey is going to be teaching you a lot of lessons. Okay, I want you to kind of, I'm like totally backwards here. I want you to kind of look at how much you have grown from when you were younger, like teen years to young adult, to where you are now. You are much older and wiser now than you were back then. Okay, you are still learning, you are still growing. Okay, you've been given the building blocks to get you further in life, but you have to remember what you have learned. Okay, there's still an element of healing that needs to be worked on there, and I think that you were already aware of that. So just continue to work on that sense of healing and mending, and trust that this new phase of growth for you, I feel like it's going to be really, really positive. Okay, so let me know how that reads for you. If you want to leave a review, you can head to my website at thependulumspath.com and leave a review under the feedback there, or you can go to my Facebook page and click the recommendation thing there and leave a review. I hope that makes sense for you. Let me know if it does. Hope that makes sense. And I got my hairs cut. I don't know if you can see that, but can you see I got my hairs cut? I did. It does make sense. Oh, wonderful. Well, if you want to leave a review, you don't have to. And if you guys want to send a tip, you can go to the Cash App at the Pendulum's Path. LLC. And hit the share button. Get your friends in. Tag your friends even. Tag them in everything. All right, if anybody wants a reading, hit the hashtag Oracle. Mariah, I want to give you the words, do not give up hope. It's a matter of timing. And you will get what you've been asking for. Okay, so Mariah, you were waiting for this little treasure chest to be delivered to you, okay? And you're pouring a lot of emotion into manifesting this, okay? But I do feel like you were putting way too much thought into this, okay? And it's like you're overwhelming your mind and thinking, how can I make something happen when it's literally out of your control? You've already put the work into this dream, into this desire, okay? Spirit is telling you to take time to breathe, relax, meditate, clear your mind, make space. I don't know why I want to say make space, but I need you to kind of like open up your energy to make space for this. Lean on your partner during this time. I do feel like that this has everything to do with your relationship with your partner, whatever it is that you are trying to bring together. And I do feel like it has to do with whatever your sense of community is, whether that is growing your family or that is like moving closer to your family or whatever that looks like for you. But I do feel like there is going to be happy times ahead. And as I'm seeing this giant egg here in the center, I do want to lean towards like family growth, even though I don't do pregnancy readings. Whatever you want to read into that, that's entirely up to you. And as I'm sitting here looking at my Oracle deck here, I feel really pulled to the card of change. So I do feel like that there's going to be a change that's coming for you. But I do want to say, like, have patience with this. And I do like really work on opening up yourself and creating space for this like miracle. Hope that makes sense for you. Hope that makes sense. Thank you, Hannah, for the stars. And make sure you guys are hitting like the thumbs up button. Just hit a ridiculous amount of times. Just hit it a whole bunch of times all at once. Or hit the heart button or hit the laugh button. I don't care. Just don't hit the angry button, okay? I don't like the angry buttons. That's not fun. Mariah, oh, thank you so much. It all does make 100% sense. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Do. Hannah, have you been having a hard time sleeping, or have you had a hard time like actually getting your mind to turn off while you are sleeping? Like your mind is still awake, but your body is asleep. Does that make sense for you? Or like you can't turn off your mind because you're overthinking something so much to the point that it's keeping you awake and you can't turn yourself off. It's like your brain drank a Red Bull, but the rest of your body didn't get that memo. Yes, almost every single night. That's weird. It's like I'm psychic or something. Yeah. First of all, if I can recommend valerian root, you can get it in a capsule. I gotta be honest, it doesn't smell the greatest. It smells like hay. If you can just knock it back, whatever. There's capsules you can get it at pretty much anywhere. But get valerian root. I feel like that's going to help calm your mind a little bit so that you can actually get some mental rest, because it's the mental rest that's like, or lack of mental rest, that's literally doing you in. And that's going to be affecting you physically as well. I also feel like that there's been a lot of like back pain or a lot of back stress, or like you're holding a lot of tension in your back. It's not necessarily back pain, but it's like a lot of tension. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Okay. So, it's funny that we're talking about the fact that like you can't sleep, because I said that before I pulled cards. Now, I feel like that there is maybe a little bit of, yes, that makes sense too. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Okay. So I do feel like that if you and your partner, this person with whom you have a loyal heart, if you guys are having like a little bit of a tiff at the moment, or if there's like a sense of imbalance that's happening at the moment, whatever that looks like for you or whatever that is for you, I feel like that's just needs to just walk away from that whole situation. Okay. Whatever that is, I feel like whatever tensions are there, it just needs just walk away from it. It's really not worth your time. Okay. I really feel like it's not worth your time, but spirit is definitely telling you that you need to rest, my dear. Okay. Your sense of energy is like really, really low, and you need time to regenerate. Okay. So make sure that you are taking time into self-care. Make sure you're making time for mental self-care, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. You know you better than I know you, even though sometimes it might not seem like it. But make sure that you are taking time to take care of yourself. Okay. I feel like that there's like a level of frustration that you're not sure how to like release that. And I do feel like a lot of water energy is going to help you. So whether that's going around water, hanging around water, going for a swim, sticking your feet in water, whatever that is, or actually like like getting the waterworks to come out, whatever that looks like for you, do it. Let me know how that makes sense for you. For all the new people here, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Pendulum's Path. If you are brand new here, I would love to welcome you. My name is Natalie, and I'm a psychic medium. Tonight I'm using oracle cards. If anybody wants a reading, I would like you to put the hashtag and then oracle. And if you do receive a reading from me, any feedback that you give me is fantastic, as feedback lets me know that I am on the right path with your message. Okay. Also, if you would like to leave a tip, you can do so at my Cash App, which will be presented here momentarily. To the Pendulum's Path, you can see it located right there. Make sure you hit the like button and the oracle button. Yeah, foracle is not a word, I don't think. But yes, and let's take a look here. Hannah said, yes, pretty much hitting the nail on the head. Thank you. You are very, very welcome. And if you do receive a reading tonight, please, please, please leave feedback. And if you want to book a bigger reading, like a more in-depth reading with me, and you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, head over to my website at thependulumspath.com. All of my services are there. I sell crystals as well. If you guys like crystals, I sell mystery boxes, so no one knows what they're getting, but it's going to be amazing every single time, and they smell delightful. All right. Let's take a look and see who else is on the list of people that I want to connect with tonight. And for those of you who are just jumping on after tonight's show has ended, if you want to watch the replay, all of my announcements are in the beginning for upcoming shows, upcoming events, and things like that. Speaking of upcoming events, let me just take a break here real quick. September is coming up in like tomorrow, it seems like. Okay, and the 2022 Pagan Pride Festival is coming up, and I am going to be there. So if you want a chance to meet me, hang out with me or whatever, you should come to the Pagan Pride Festival. It's going to be a freaking blast, okay? You will find links to all of that information also on my Facebook page as well. Hello, Tammy Scott. I literally hear like so many voices around you. It's ridiculous, Tammy. It's like I hear like at least 3 people who are fighting over to talk with you or talk to you, or you just have so much energy around you. It's like dizzying almost. I'm trying to pick up on what they're saying here. So Tammy, I just heard like the words happy anniversary. Did you just celebrate your wedding anniversary recently? Like in the past like 6 to 8 weeks? Daughter got married. Okay, so that's what that is. That's what that is. I was like, why am I feeling like anniversary and like wedding stuff? Okay, perfect. Okay. If you are feeling like your sense of home is turned upside down or upsy daisies or whatever, if you're still feeling like your sense of home is a little bit upside down, Spirit is inviting you or asking you or telling you, whatever you want to take that as a message of using your imagination. Okay. When we use our imagination or when we visualize things, that's when Spirit really starts to connect with us and send us those signs, those images, those messages, those internal conversations that we long to have with our loved ones in spirit. And I do feel like that those messages are being given to you, but you might be struggling to understand them or struggling to accept that they are real, if that makes sense. And your son's anniversary is on Wednesday. Okay, so it could be one or both of those. It could be one or both of those that energy is coming through. I do feel like that these emotional hits that you've been getting recently, where all of a sudden you think that you hear something or you think that you feel something, and then those emotional waves start coming in. I want you to kind of ride that wave, Tammy. I want you to kind of like listen to those intuitive messages or those intuitive feelings. Like if you feel like your son is around you, I guarantee it, he is. If you feel like your sister is around you, I guarantee it, it is. Here's the card of time. Okay. And even as this is coming up, I do feel like it's been like one full rotation or time has completed one full circle. And this, even though it's not like one full circle, that does indicate like a sense of time. And I do feel like it's almost like, I feel like I want to say like you're counting down the hours or the days or something along those lines. And I keep wanting to say Jason, and I feel like that's right because I feel like I've said that name with you before. That's not like necessarily spirit, but I do feel like it is spirit that's just kind of validating that for me as well. He is kind of telling you that you need to work on your sense of growth. I know that with everything that you have lost over the past few years, it's kind of stunted you, not necessarily emotionally, but spiritually and energetically and things like that. Okay. And he's telling you that you need to take a break. Okay, whether that is like, I don't know, it's like checking into a resort for a week or something along those lines, and literally like getting mentally and energetically refreshed, because yeah, that feminine energy that you carry is feeling completely out of whack at the moment. There are things that you need to work on getting rid of or breaking down, okay? Because I feel like that what you are dealing with is so large at the moment that it's like you can't handle something so big. So you need to start breaking it down into more manageable, more bite-sized pieces, okay? And if you are struggling on being present, or being in, like being here and now, know that spirit is around you, giving you like that energetic hug, giving you their love, giving you their support. And they are definitely sending those signs that they are here. There's like beautiful rainbow there. And I also want to talk about, I don't know why I want to say like something spilling. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I'm being shown something spilling or something being knocked over that shouldn't have been knocked over. It's like you put something on the counter and you knew that it had plenty of room to like be there, but all of a sudden it just got knocked over. I do feel like that might be your son letting you know that he is around. So if anything falls over, or has fallen over recently and spilled something over when it shouldn't have done, I do feel like that was his energy letting you know that he was around you. Let me know if that makes sense for you. And if it doesn't make sense now, let me know when it happens. Because I know you guys are always sending me messages like, oh my God, you remember that thing that you told me was going to happen? It just happened. Amy Johnson. As soon as I read that comment, I immediately saw two people together. And I do feel like that there is quite like a height difference between the two of them. And I hear heartbreaking and unexpected. So I'm not sure if you were not prepared for or did not expect both of them. I don't know what that is for you. But I do feel like, God, he's showing me like heart being ripped out of the chest here. So these endings were quite sudden and very, very painful. Oh, COVID. Okay. But it was unexpected. Oh, even that heart being ripped out of the chest, like that's kind of what that feels like, not being able to breathe and like all of that chest pressure. Let me see what they have. I don't know if I have that other deck with me. That might be inside. One sec here. Let me just check something real quick. I can maybe use that one. And I don't know why I want to bring up ballet slippers. I'm being shown like point ballet slippers and a lot of pink energy. So I don't know if somebody was into dance, was a dancer. Okay, the card of connection comes out. You are still in connection with these people, whether they are still physically here or not. The card of exactitude comes out, and I hate saying this to people sometimes, that sometimes there is a plan that we are not aware of, and there are certain things that happen in our lives that are meant to happen, and it sucks so badly. It sucks so badly, because as impossible as it is to understand that there is like some kind of like a baseline of divine plan, there is. Know that they are both at peace, and you do, whether you believe it or not, or whether you feel it in yourself or not, you do have the strength to continue on this path and in this journey. And if you are feeling like there is no chance of love for you in the future, or that loving energy has ended for you, please know that loving energy is still around you. That would be your daughter, who is the dancer. Okay. So know that she is around you, or she is stepping forward with that energy, or just letting me know that she is around you. Know that loving energy is still around you. Okay. And while kind of the universe threw you into a whole new pathway and a whole new life that you definitely were not expecting. And it's like during COVID, no one was expecting the new paths. No one was expecting the new journeys that they were going to be thrown into. Okay. But I do feel like that there is wisdom that you believe in, whether that is like a faith that you carry with you, but it's almost like I want you to listen to your own words, or listen to the words that you have told others in the past, and really kind of reflect that back on yourself. So whether that is when you have told other people that there is a higher power, or know that your loved ones are with you, take that like dose of medicine for yourself. And really, it's almost like I feel like you need to take your own advice in some capacity, and that sometimes that's really, really hard to do, is take our own advice, even for me, who's constantly dishing it out. But I'm sending you so much love, and I'm so sorry for your losses, but know that your loved ones are around all of us, not just around you, but around all of us. Claire Bainbridge, you were up very, very late. What is it, like 1 o'clock in the morning for you? I do not do fertility or pregnancy or legal readings. I cannot, because of ethics reasons and stuff like that. I can do relationship readings. I can do career readings. I can do general stuff, but I do not do pregnancy and fertility and things like that, unfortunately. Woo, hey, moth. That was fun. And if you want to leave a donation, please do so at my Cash App, which is located right there. And if you want to book a session with me, head over to my website. Lynn Lancaster, I hear, wants change but is scared of it. Boop, 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 boop. So Lynn Lancaster, if you are still in the audience, if you feel like things are going to going round and round and round and round and round in circles, and there has not been a change, and this is the change that you are wanting, it is the time, it is your time to take that step and that leap of faith, and know that you can do this. Okay. Spirit is definitely telling you that you can do this. You've already learned the lessons that you need to in order for you to be able to move forward. Lean on the community, or even lean on the new community that you are about to come into contact with as well. I feel like that there's going to be future support for you. But you need to clean up your own way of thinking, okay? You need to get rid of those dark cobwebs in your mind, okay? And make room for more positivity, okay? Have a sense of peace, knowing that this new journey that you're about to embark on is going to lead to a new sense of regeneration. Okay, it's gonna lead to new growth for you. Okay, know that your symphony is unfinished, and there is still music for you to write in this world. And I do feel like that that your sense of struggles when it comes to connecting with people. I feel like that's going to turn upside down as well in the future. So please know that there's going to be a change in that sense of connection as well. And I feel like that these changes in connections and this new growth and this new path that you are going to be brave enough to walk on, it's going to make you quite happy, okay? And you're going to be quite proud of yourself. And when you look back at yourself in like 3 years' time, you're going to be like, I can't believe I did that. And I'm so glad that I did. And then you can let me know how it goes. Yes, Claire, I was born in Edinburgh. I do not sound like it because I hide my accent well enough to blend in with everybody in America without them knowing that I'm actually a foreigner. Shh, don't tell them. But whenever I do have my accent is actually more English than it is Scottish, because I spent more time in England and my mum is actually from England as well. So I have actually more of an English accent than I have a Scottish accent. However, the second something from the BBC comes on, whether it is Scottish or English, it's like a light switch and my accent immediately comes back. Hi, Jessica. I'm doing great. Who knew you could get any cooler? Yeah, all the cool things that you didn't know about me. Not only am I foreign, but I can also whip out my home accent just like that. Do, 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 do. And it's like, that's great. You know, it's a whole thing. All right, if anybody is new in this audience and they want a reading, hit the hashtag and then write Oracle after that. We'll see who I'm drawn to. You can ask a question if you want to. It's 2 a.m. in Great Britain. Jeez Louise. You could just do general. I can just pick up on things if you want. Whatever. But see, even your name, like it would sound strange coming out of my mouth American. So saying Claire sounds strange. So even as in my American accent, I would still say Claire. Like even saying water is weird to me. That sounds completely foreign coming out of my mouth. So I still say like water, which is kind of funny. So it's like I still have a few random words that I cannot, it just, if it comes out of my mouth American, it sounds like I've just said something completely illegal and wrong, and it doesn't make any lick of sense whatsoever. Claire, also, I want to say that there is a very strong grandmother presence around you. And I want to mention, I think that they are magnolias, like really, really thick white petals with like a really chunky middle. And it looks like it's on like a short bush or a tree. So I really want to say it's magnolias. Like really fragrant evening flower. And you also have a lot of small energy, like not small energy, but small animal energy that is around you. So that would be like robins or squirrels or bunny rabbits or anything else that is small and furry. I feel like that you see a lot of those, and those have taught you, or they do teach you kind of how to think quick on your feet, because I feel like that you've had to do that quite often in your life. Do 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 do. Okay, so Claire, I do feel like things are going to change more positively for you. You always see robins. Okay, beautiful. So I do feel like that there was going to be new you. Let me rewind to that for a second. There is going to be good news that's going to be coming for you, and even the card of serendipity comes your way as well, which is I feel is a very, very positive. It's a positive card. It means like a message is coming for you. Okay, and I do feel like that there's stuff around the home. If you've been neglecting to take care of things around the home, or just like, you just don't really feel like doing it because energy is low and you're overwhelmed with everything to do with life, Spirit is absolutely telling you that it is time for you to kind of, I hate saying this, like get up off your butt and start cleaning things, because that's going to change your mood and that's going to change your energy. Okay, I feel like that if you've been in your head a little bit too much, worrying about whether or not someone is being truthful to you or not, or worrying about whether or not somebody is wearing a mask, I do feel that they have a loyal heart. Whoever you are questioning recently, I do feel like that you need to just kind of set that overactive imagination aside, if you will, and start imagining something a little bit different. Okay, I do feel like Spirit is giving you a leg up, and that these gifts that are coming to you, it's going to help bring a little bit of more song back into your life. If you're feeling like there haven't been enough musical notes playing and there hasn't been much melody in your life, know that sense of music or that sense of joy, and that energy is going to be coming back around for you. And I definitely feel that is like this, there's female energy that hangs around you. And I don't know why I want to say the word bakes or bakes or tray bakes. I don't know if there was a female in your life that did a lot of tray bakes or made bars, or if you like tray bakes or something along those lines, but she's showing me like things being taken out of the oven in a very thin pan. So if that makes sense for you, let me know. But I feel like that is kind of, and I see a lot of jam too, so I don't know if that's like part of the ingredients or if that is just also something that this woman did. But I do feel like that there's like a really strong baking energy, and she's really showing me like bars or like a cake, like a very thin cake or a bar. So let me know if that makes sense for you, Claire. And of course you would see blue jays a lot, Jessica. They are a sign of spiritual communication. Hey, Dottie, how's it going? Do, 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 do. La, la, la. Let's see who else is here. Ba-da. Thanks for all the interaction tonight, guys. I appreciate the heck out of it. That would be your Nana. Okay. And that would be your partner of 20 years. Okay. Perfect. Wonderful. I'm glad that could make sense for you. If you want to leave a review, please go over to like my actual page and hit the review section or recommendation button. Or you can go over to my website and head at the very, very bottom. You'll see a button that says feedback, and you can leave feedback on my actual website, and I will see it there. And you can also book a session with me privately there as well. Dottie, if you want a reading, I'm just doing Oracle cards tonight, so you can put hashtag Oracle if you want a reading. Okay. Jessica, I know that you're putting your gremlin down for bed, but I'm going to read for you here. One sec. So for Jessica, and you can always go back and rewatch your messages as many times as you want. Jessica, when it comes to our community that works between the worlds and delivers messages from a higher power, I saw this coming out and I was like, "That you guys are having a joke. You guys are having a laugh here. One psychic to another. Really, you're just gonna like here bluntly. This is what we do for work, right?" When it comes to doing what we do, if you're feeling like you kind of want to throw in the towel or you're feeling really, we're both struggling at the moment when it comes to these networks. They're running really, really slow at the moment. It is definitely not time to go. We are still being called to exchange our gifts or give our spiritual gifts in our symphony or our musical journey. Our energetic journey is still not done. If we're feeling kind of alone at the moment in this journey, because it is kind of like a singular path here, okay? I do feel like that there is going to be a change for us financially. And I do say us because I'm talking to kind of all of the other psychics in the audience right now. You know exactly who you are. I know that all of us have been kind of struggling at the moment when it comes to our financial situation, but that is going to change. And I do feel like coming October, we're going to be looking at things quite differently. And I do feel like our luck is going to change. All right. So know that those blessings are coming in. Make sure that we are paying attention to those masks that are being worn. Okay. Like follow our intuition here when it comes to that. Okay. If someone's making false promises or false presentations of things, we got to listen to our intuition. But I do feel like that there's going to be a change for us that comes in by October. Let me know how that makes sense. Lisa's like, I was typing that right as you were saying it. And I love, Dottie, that you sent that comment right at 9:09. I think that's kind of cool. Dottie, I want to say keep working on your organization. I'm not sure if you've been like filling out like a calendar or a journal book or like setting things up or like really being mindful of your own organization skills, or I want to say lack thereof, because one of your guides is kind of laughing at that there. But if you have been struggling with that and you're being mindful to like actually make a schedule and stick to it, I feel like that your guides are kind of applauding you in that journey. And saying that you've been like really mindful to put in that little bit of extra effort, and it's actually making your life a little bit easier. And I hope that that makes sense for you. Let me know if that resonates for you. I was like, just that little piece of information just kind of popped into my head there. Okay, Dottie, if you are feeling stressed or alone or like struggling mentally at this moment, and I feel like that you have already been taking steps or making strides to change that for yourself, but if you are feeling like that you are struggling on this journey or your things aren't moving in the direction that you wanted to or at the pace, Spirit is telling you've been redoing literally everything. Okay, so Spirit is applauding you in like kind of revamping and reorganizing your life or trying to take back a little bit of that control, because I feel like most of the time you're just like, nothing is in my control, I'm controlled by everything, blah 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 blah. Okay, so Spirit is telling you to come to the edge and trust this situation when it comes to your own sense of like negativity that surrounds you. Okay, be more flexible with yourself. Okay, this is literally a maze. Like mental health and mental journeys and all of the anxiety and all of the worries that we go through on a regular basis, it is literally a maze with which no one has a map. okay? And it's constantly changing and it's constantly growing, and somebody has always got a set of hedge clippers and they have created a whole new entrance and exit and replaced all the other entrances that we thought that were there with a brand new wall. And we're just like, what the hell is going on? Okay. But Spirit is encouraging you to keep going and know that you can keep going this distance. Okay. There is definitely a higher power that is encouraging you and guiding you to keep moving forward. Keep listening to your guides. You know that they have your best interests at heart. Whether or not we are always willing to listen to their guidance is another thing, but keep listening to your intuition. Keep trusting that deep knowing that you have, and trust those little bits of wisdom that keep coming into your noggin. Okay, my dear, I believe in you. Yay. Dottie's like, that was spot on. What? Thanks. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate it. Although I am a little bit lacking on the whole YouTube thing. I do use YouTube more for email readings, but I do need to post a couple more videos on there. So I'll get back on that. Katie. I instantly want to say, like, she has been wondering whether or not she has gifts and abilities. Have you been wondering whether or not you have gifts and abilities? Have you been intrigued into whether or not you have the gift of sight, or that you've been hearing things in your ears and not sure whether or not that was spirit or not? Can you let me know if that makes sense, Kate? You just got read like a cheap novel. You know what? You're not the first person to say something like that. Like, I just read people like a book and they're just like, basically, just, you just told me all about myself in like 3.5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do sometimes. I don't want to call people out on their stuff like too hard, especially on public forum, because sometimes, you know, sometimes spirits like, they can be mouthy sometimes. But Kate, if that makes sense, just let me know. Put a little comment in there. Lisa's like, she's good at that. Definitely been more interested. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So don't ignore those signs. Okay. I do feel like that you have been going through a new level of integration when it comes to your gifts or abilities, or when it comes to you understanding that there is more to life than just like what's physically put in front of us, and that there's like the unseen stuff should actually be paid attention to a lot more, and you need to start really paying attention to those energetic changes that you are experiencing. If something feels off, recognize that. Okay. If you start working on raising your vibration, start doing third eye and crown meditations. Work on doing third eye and crown meditations. Make sure you're grounded first, because otherwise you're going to fly away with the fairies. It's going to take a minute to get back down to the ground again. But definitely like work on doing grounding first. But to match their vibration, you need to expand your vibration and you need to match their frequency. I even want to say like something in the 900 hertz thing. I can't remember what the actual frequency is. I want to say like 925 or something along those lines. All right, Kate. When it comes to the chaos of your heart, okay, when it comes to the things that you are struggling with, Please know that things are not over for you, even though this feels like it's a never ending story and you're just like, this is the same shit, different day, and this kind of crap always happens to me. I feel like there's an element of yourself that you need to start being honest with yourself or about yourself, okay? And really take a good hard look at what it is that you are allowing into your life that you really shouldn't be, or where those boundaries are that you're allowing other people to step over. And I feel like that what you're dealing with right now is becoming so overwhelming that you really need to just kind of take a mental break from this, okay? Know that there is a community of spirit around you that is helping you and guide you, but I really feel like that whatever masks are being worn need to be taken off, okay? And there might be some questions as to why like this is happening right now, and it might feel like that things aren't really fair for you at the moment. But I do feel like that whatever's happening around you right now that's feeling a little bit negative, this is just a moment of teaching for you, and you're going to end up learning a lot from the current negativity that is around you. There is always lessons to be learned in everything, folks, whether it's a positive or a negative. Do 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 do. Let me see here. I got about another 5 minutes before I gotta bounce and I gotta eat something. Do do do. Ashley Wolf Crow. Ashley, I know this might sound weird. It might not sound weird. Do you ever feel like that there's somebody in the vehicle with you while you were driving, or it feels like that there's somebody sitting in the passenger seat with you while you're driving your car? I know that's like a really weird, like open-ended question for me to ask. But does it ever feel like that there is somebody in a vehicle with you, or like that you were never, like you are not alone while you were driving? Okay, so you are definitely not like making that shit up in your head. Okay, you are definitely not alone. I feel like that there is a masculine energy with you. I don't necessarily feel that he's related to you by family. I don't know if it's a friend that you lost, or if it's somebody that's like, let me see if I can figure out like exactly who this is here. Hang on one sec, unless you know exactly who it is that I'm talking about. But I do feel like it's a younger gentleman that passed like before the age of 30. I don't know if this person had like a wild past or something along those lines, but I do feel like that this person had like a wild past. Or if you yourself have a little bit of a wild past yourself. Everybody has a little bit of wild past. Come on. It's how we learn and grow. Could be your friend that died at 16. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I do feel like that I was like, it's not like a family energy. It's not like a grandfather or an uncle or a brother or whatever like that. I was like, I feel like there's somebody else that's with you. Yeah, okay. I was like, there's a reason that they're in the car with you, and that's because of like like what happened with them, and they don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so know that if you're feeling like you are like not alone in your vehicle, it's because you are not alone in your vehicle, and there's definitely somebody there with you, and that would definitely be that friend. Rear view mirror, whether that's like a little crystal or like a little angel or a oh my god, what the hell is that word? Dream catcher or something along those lines, like some kind of spiritual talisman that's hanging in your vehicle. I was like, I'm not even going to use cards here. I was like, I just want to know. Because I feel like that energy or whatever that is that you have hanging in your vehicle carries that energy or like amplifies that energy that you have in your vehicle. Hi, I'm Natalie and I'm a psychic medium. Okay. Also, I also want you to pay attention to the nighttime creatures. Like the moths and the nighttime deer and just all the nighttime critters. I feel like that there is definitely, like, you are very connected to like the darker energies, and you're more connected to the moon than you are the sun, and you're more connected to the shadows than you are the light, if that makes sense. Like, where some people are more drawn to like the love and light, and some people are like, curse them all and embrace the darkness. But I do feel like that there is definitely like a little energy of shadow in there, which I fully support, because with everything there has to be a healthy balance. Okay. I definitely want to encourage you to tap into those nighttime animal energies. Okay, so like the bats and the foxes and like the moles and things like that come out. Okay, I really want you to start like embracing that, or whatever you see late at night, whatever visitations that you're having. Do some research on those animals, look and see what those represent, and see what that means for you, because I really feel like that there are I feel like that there's like a teaching there with you, and I don't know if you work with Hecate or if you work with Lilith, or if you work with both, or the Morgan, or somebody along those lines. I definitely feel like that there is like a female, like a darker female goddess that's stepping forward, that's been offering you guidance, or that you have been working with. So I definitely encourage you to Hecate. Yes, amazing. I was like, I don't know why I'm seeing like this female hooded like figure who's really not wanting to show herself, but she's also like, I'm here. And I'm like, that's absolutely Hecate. Okay, so continue to work with her, and really pay attention to those little like spiritual signals and signs that she is giving you to let you know that you are on the right path, or that you are not on the right path. Because I feel like that those are only messages that you are going to understand and that you are going to see for yourself, that you have asked for from her. Okay. And I don't know if you've left her apples recently, or if she's been asking for apples, or if you have been craving apples recently. And if you've been craving like apple cider or apple pie, or just like apples in general, I do feel like that might be her asking for a little bit of an offering of some kind. So if you've been feeling like those fall cravings for like apples and cinnamon and things like that, kind of go with that energy a little bit, and maybe do like an apple offering, or even like opening up an apple, putting a petition in the apple, closing up the apple and burying it, something along those lines. But I do feel like that there's going to be work with apples in your future. So let me know how that resonates for you guys. Hello, Show. How are you, my dear? I just saw you pop into the audience there. So, all right. That was a fun one. Sometimes Spirit gives me like the coolest information, you know? Sometimes they really do. And you were thinking about doing that with an apple. Are you kidding me? I was like, I don't know why I feel like you need to like scoop out an apple and write something inside of it and like put it together and bury it. But like whatever that petition is, go with it, girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever you identify as. Whatever that means for you, go with it, run with it. Let me know how it turns out too. I was like, whatever you identify as. You're very, very welcome. Again, if you guys want to leave a review, please head over to my website, leave a review in the feedback comment, or go to my Facebook page and you can leave a star review and leave a little thank you in there as well. And don't forget to like and follow my page. Also, if you guys want more of me, I will be on tomorrow evening with Asen for our coffee and tea show as well. So that's going to be a grand old time. And I do apologize for my long absence. I've been dealing with a lot of physical issues when it comes to my lower spine. It has decided to age rapidly and fall apart on me day by day. And that's been an exciting experience. And I highly recommend that to nobody. To absolutely nobody. I do not recommend this. But I'm working on getting my sense of like mobility back and my pain levels down. So today was a good pain level day. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use every ounce of this energy and this good day, and I'm going to use it for everybody else's highest good. So Thank you everybody for hanging out with me this evening. It was an absolute blast hanging out with you and Spirit. And I want to give thanks to Spirit for hanging out with us this evening and for offering up their messages. Because without them, I would not be able to do what I do. You know, and that's kind of important to have your counterparts present. So thank you to everybody who hung out with me this evening. It was an absolute blast. I hope to see you all tomorrow. And keep a lookout because by the end of this month, I'm going to be setting off a raffle for one of my large mystery boxes. You'll be able to purchase a ticket and be entered into the drawing. And whenever I decide, whenever I set up the time and date to pull the winner, I will include the shipping costs, and whoever wins it through the raffle will be sent out a large mystery box from my shop. So that's going to be exciting. So keep a lookout for that as well. And if anybody wants to get in on that, make sure you hit all the notifications on my page. And you cannot do that unless you like and follow my stuff. So make sure you are doing that as well. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate your love and energy. All right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. You have a wonderful evening, folks, and I will catch you all later. Bye.
Tell me the deck is stacked. You can whisper behind